separate or sudden without introductions, post-thoracic approach. He has psychological symptoms and doesn't comprehend what he reads. He's curious about its impact on me, and while he knows how to sleep, he doesn't know how to eat. To the point that he remains in a state of extreme anxiety and does not stop. Do you know how to get rid of this state? He wonders the reason for my lack of sleep, the reason for my psychological blockage of life, and the reason for this anxiety inside me. We came to know the symptoms gradually. What happens to him as a result of emotional separation? The first need is the deep psychological stage, which is a constant feeling of depression, melancholy and poor mood, then anxiety and tension, especially if he thinks again about this person, or about the details of the previous relationship that he went through. He got worried. Rescue. The result of psychological trauma and the feeling that this person will never come back again. He suffers from the first kind of defensive life, denial. Pinker says there is a separation. He says he will come back again. He doesn't spell it. This is denial. That is, his psychology is rejecting that this person is leaving her and she rejects reality. And that there is no difference that happened. No, this is what will come back, and you will be in a state of constant alert to her, and denial kills as a result of harm. The soul is severe from psychological trauma as a result of separation, emotion. And this denial is when we come to attack Bomasand in daily reality. If a mother dies, she finds her son or daughter looking at her while she is available and saying, no, she did not die. No one says she died. Guys, she passed out. She fell over time and began to think that she would come back to life again. This is denial. Psychological trick. Result of the severe neurological trauma of parting emotion. After denial comes another type called psychological separation. Psychological separation is the stage in which a person becomes lost and moves away from his identity. We lose his sense of himself, feel emptiness and psychological unity, and go to his room. I no longer want anyone to talk to me. And then comes the stage of reliving the relationship. He returns to living in fantasy and delusions, and returns to living the relationship in its details with his lover, with his tongue. Remember his scent, for example. It smells like a perfume. He remembers him if he walked on a road. This person would have been with him if he went somewhere. He used to bring them together to relive the relationship again, which was constantly thinking about the details of this person and that this person took over his thought. He is hoping that he will come and knock on the door twice after this stage. This nightmare will happen to him after the dreamy state of re-experiencing the relationship, and he will go to the places where they were staying. However, he awakens to a frightening nightmare, reliving the painful memory of separation, be it betrayal or the moment leading to the breakup or severe disagreement, or this person revealing their true self in a very negative way. He told him, "Leave me alone. I don't want you." He wakes up after the relationship is over, after experiencing the beautiful details, and remembering them comes back over a big nightmare called the decisive moment that led to the separation. He remembers it again, and let it be betrayal, let it be negativity, a curse, or a place that pains him, or that he left him in a brutal and painful manner. Between pull and pull, between the moment of feeling comfortable when I go to the places where I used to meet with my lover, and between the pain of what he remembers, I felt this person wasn't really present with me. I felt like I was sitting in our meeting place. I smelled his perfume and felt psychological comfort, but the other side of me felt pain in his psyche. If he is not with me, he will go through a more difficult stage as a result of the intensity of science. He rejects his biography. He rejects the people they know. When he sees someone he knows, he begins to disappear from him and avoid him. And they do not talk to him because it reminds him of this person. Then come mood changes, bedtime, lack of sleep, intermittent sleep, and staying up late. A sense of loneliness and isolation. Although he feels lonely and isolated, he prefers to stay alone and does not like to mix. He suffers from dysphoria. The strange thing is that this era of mixing has a clear physical effect, as we said before. Sleep disturbances in fickle sleep and sleeping for a few periods, and he wakes up as if he has a lot of color, as well as changes in appetite and does not eat like in the past. Why am I not open? Because his lover is away from him, changes in self-confidence occur as a result. Emotional separation or turmoil, post-traumatic separation. He feels so insecure about himself. He feels incompetent, but he has great difficulty moving past memories of pain or memories of the relationship he had with the person he loves. He always has a flashback or recall beautiful memories he had with this person, to the point that he can cry silently, meaning he cries silently in the most severe types of pain. He is crying inside him, and your blame is constant as if he is not crying. He feels a deep sense of betrayal. I was in love with you, and I devoted all my time and all my feelings to you, except that you have been smoking for 60, meaning that separation is tantamount to betrayal. This person also loses hope of repeating another similar relationship and hates all relationships. They receive shock, trauma, and abstinence from any relationship thanks to loneliness. The things you used to enjoy, you no longer enjoy. He fills himself and says, why did I weaken his personality in front of a person who does not deserve this? He returns to hate every moment of weakness. He resolves his love for it and returns to mourn for himself and feels his conscience sinking. Aware of someone approaching due to his separation anxiety over a child. The speed of provoking him and the ease of provoking him, as well as excessive anger and lack of speech. When someone comes to talk to him, you find him abbreviating with him because he is not awake to him. He is not empty. You have a sign that passes through this person, which is anticipation. Waiting, living in the hope of meeting again. And this is the result of recalling memories with this person. So he remains in the hope that this person will surprise him and return to him. It is preferable for the person waiting for the knock on the door to determine his door to enter, not for his lover to bring him back again. What is strange is that he comes back between pulling and pulling. He comes back to excel and thinks of a separation. So he starts cursing him and cursing this person, and he starts saying, I don't want to see him. Our second disorder after trauma is different between a female and a man, as the man is dust together. Trauma is a silent, sad, gloomy mood era disorder. As for the woman, he suspects the seriousness of PTSD for women, as she suffers from severe pain to the point of crying. Be like the child who was lost with her and her father. This was the definition and characteristics of a disorder with some trauma in the next episode, God willing. How do you heal or recover from post-patience disorder? Peace be upon you.